Alright, this is Epi37, and I'm going to give you my review of Golvellius La Quete du Second by Wonderboy Bobby. Wonderboy.Bobby. This has been a pretty interesting quest. I played through it all the way through. I'm not very good at doing reviews, by the way, so if I stumble a lot, get it through your heads, it's going to happen a lot. I'm stumbling. But, quite an interesting game. There's a lot of good positives about this game. It was very unique. It's just like you take something that's based around Zelda, you try to give it a different game feel, and I think this was very successful. It feels kind of like a separate game. It's pretty. Yeah. See, I can't type this obviously because my mind wanders and I just end up with like a few sentences and it just sounds stupid. But overall, I really liked it. I liked how unique it was. It had music. It does have flaws. I'll go into detail about that in just a moment. From like the music that was used, the overworld design, stuff like that, I actually thought was pretty good. Dungeon design, it depends. Some of the dungeons were really good. Some of the ones were really not good. And there's some decisions I didn't like. And, I can praise the quest a lot, but... And if I do praise the quest a lot, clearly I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. It's like boom, boom, boom. But let's get into the flaws. Now, the dark side of the review. What did this game do that I did not like? Well, there are several kind of balances. There's one, the hammer was kind of nerfed in this, and I will admit, it really didn't bother me that much because, let's face it, you can't use the hammer's basically, I think, wooden sword, something like that, and you can't hurt dark nuts with it. So that's like a big miss for most people. Would probably those like the hammer. I don't think I like that. But let's be completely honest. Dark nuts weren't abused in this quest, and there were no super dark nuts or death knights to worry about. It was just red and blue. And so I'm not really about the hammer. There's some other stuff that did agitate me. One thing I despise doing in any quest, period, that you should not really do. You should not have to do this unless you have the proper tool and you know what tool I'm talking about. If you have to kill a peahat to open a door, don't do it. Those things just drive me insane, because there's nothing I enjoy more than just sitting back, relaxing, and waiting for the flying fuckers to stop flying. I could find some better things to do in my time than just have to wait for them. You just wait. Unless you have the fire boomerang, it's pretty much a waiting game. A uncapping waiting game, in which case hopefully you won't miss your chance. Or in certain room shapes where you're in a compact space or surrounded by a large pit, you better hope to God that when they do stop, they stop somewhere you can actually kill them and not out of your reach. Otherwise, you're going to be here for a very, very long time. Alright, so yes. Other things that bother me. The fireball shooters, they were definitely buffed in this quest. Fireball shooters usually do 100 damage for you with the green tunic, half for the blue, and obviously like a quarter with the red. This case, it was kind of higher. You did 2 damage for green, 1 damage blue, and half for red. This is not a bad thing if it's executed properly. This quest, it wasn't really executed properly. Like, if you have like a fireball shooter as a side distraction, like 1 or 2, just to try to keep you busy while you're fighting something, that makes sense. But if you surround the room with fireball shooters that do a lot of damage, and they're nearly unavoidable like a certain level 8 room, it sucks. Now, I fully understand. I did suffer in that room in level 8 a lot, but I will admit that I did not have the blue tunic for most of level 4 and the red tunic for most of level 8, which probably added up to it. But still, that room in particular, where you have to hammer the pegs and go all the way around while dodging fireball shooters, yeah. For all you attempting a 3-heart run of this quest, good luck. You're going to need it a lot, because, yeah, I don't see that happening very well. Not at all. Good luck. So, yeah, stuff like that, minor stuff like that, that's kind of a reason why I can't really give it 5 stars. Oh, knocked out of 4. But one major stepping stone, one major stumbling stone that this quest has had is definitely the start with 3 hearts. People might go about saying dismiss like, oh, he's complaining about the 3-heart thing. That's pretty stupid. Why would you lower a quest with 3 hearts? Well, let me put it to you like this. There's a certain level, level 6. Level 6 was a nightmare. You got your first room, your entrance room. It looks pretty normal. You got your next room. You got 2 blue riz ropes and a fire rope. Okay, let's think about this. You can't have magic sword yet. Nope, magic sword requires the item of this dungeon. You can't stun them. Nope, the item in this dungeon will stun them, but clearly you don't have that yet. Okay, let's just think. Can I have the red tunic? No, red tunic requires level 7 item. Okay, so you can only have the blue tunic and white sword. That's 5 hits for a blue wizard, 5 hits for the other blue wizard, and 6 for the fire robe. And guess what happens if you die? You start with 3 hearts, and guess where the nearest health refill is? Ooh, yeah, it's very far away. Level 6 being in the mountains, you can whistle warp out. So yeah, getting to the health refill is not that hard. Getting from the health refill to level 6 is a pain in the ass because you have to cross the mountains just to do it, and then die again. Repeat. That's been my it's my biggest problem with this quest. 3 hearts. Now I can understand if you're trying to zap F6 abusers, but there are better ways to start with 3 hearts. Like it was suggested many times, 50%. 50% is much better. So you have 12 heart containers. You'll start with 6. That's a lot more fair. You have like I don't know 6. You start with 3. Whoop-de-doo. But percentage definitely makes a lot more sense. 3 hearts, especially when you're at level 6, 7, or 8, you don't want to be starting with 3 hearts. And especially level 7, when you, for those that go outside and reset their spawn by coming in the side entrance, you got like 4 or 5 Stalfos 3s in that room. 1 hit will do you in. You're dead in 1 hit, period. 1 beam shot, you're toast. And yeah, I died a number of times in that room. That wasn't fun. In fact, I think I died on a lot of Stalfos 3s in this quest. And, honestly, well, I admit, full health, yeah, it seems a little ridiculous for F16 for full health, but 50% is definitely a lot better, in my opinion. Anyone's opinion is different, but that was the major stumbling stone for this quest. 3 hearts. Getting your health back is, I mean, you could make the complaint, you can try to compare, it's like, well, Lost Isle did it, this quest did that. Well, yeah, 3 hearts, they did it too. But they made it easier for you to refill your health. Like, there were pots inside dungeons, there was tall grass all over the place. This game, you got bushes, but there's barely any. And there's no pots inside dungeons. You got enemies, but you're like level 6, 7, or 8, you got Stalfos 3s you gotta kill for health. Assuming they don't kill you first. Potions, refueling health. You know, like, oh, well, if you're having trouble, buy potions. I'd like to say buying potions would be the best solution in this quest, but the price on potions in this quest, in my opinion, is robbery. I'm pretty sure the default values, like in Zelda 1, the potion, half the potion is like 40, and I think the full potion is 68. This quest, you get 60 for half and 100 for full. And there's not that much ways to get money. I mean, there are 50 rupee drops, and there's that one 200 I saw, but there's also expensive items like the flippers for 250 and the longbow for 100 and I think 60 or 180 or something like that, and other higher priced items you're gonna want to get first anyways. So you can't be spending your money, and there are some freebies, but still. And going on my next point, you're gonna be using your potions on the bosses. Now the bosses definitely are a lot harder in this quest than you would see in default. Level 1, you kind of started out. Level 1 isn't so bad. Level 2, it was pretty tough, but it wasn't that bad. I know some people suffered on level 2's boss, but I'm not gonna name any names. Level 3 definitely it's like kind of a fair incline. Then you get to level 4. No. Oh, hell no. Level 4's boss. Oh, let me give you that. Let's talk about that real quickly. Like, you got your level 1, you got your Aquamentus. You got level 2, you got yourself a 2-headed Gleeok. Level 3, you got a slightly stronger Manhandla. Level 4, you have a 5-headed Gleeok with 3 bubbles. Yeah. Now, I can understand if there was just a 5-headed Gleeok. Definitely. 5-headed Gleeok would probably, maybe just make it 4 just to be fair, but when you throw in 3 bubbles, 3 sword-removing bubbles right there, you definitely make this a little bit difficult, because now you're trying to just take damage from the boss. You're trying to tank the boss while not getting hit by a bullet. They're pretty much defenseless. So yeah, that definitely wasn't a good idea. And then level 5, pretty simple. Level 6, level 7, ugh. Level 8 was very easy because you have the means by that point, but 6 and 7, oh goodness. Yeah, so, yeah, the bosses, I like how you went kind of with a higher difficulty on the bosses, but Some of them were ridiculous. The gauntlet, another thing. I was fooled thinking I could probably do that earlier. I mean, I kept thinking like the magic sword would probably be in there or something. I don't know. Kind of cruel. Like one thing, if you're gonna have a gauntlet, I know there's a warning about you're either gonna succeed or you die. There's that. But when I'm going into it, I seriously thought I could probably do that. And then I heard later on that there's a patch of 3 at the end. I was like, oh fuck no. I just wish like maybe you should probably put like a harder boss right there at the beginning to kind of give you an idea that you don't want to try attempting this till later. Believe me. Kind of like put like a patch or 2 or something at the beginning just to give you the idea you shouldn't be here right now. Because I wasted plenty of time doing that when I was looking around level 5 and 6 and stuff like that. So that's another issue. So positives and issues aside, I'm going to have to give this rating a 3 out of 5. That is my final rating. I was leaning on 4 for a while, and once I got to level 4, I started teetering down a bit. Like, this quest can be fairly difficult. There's 2 kinds of difficulty. There's the difficulty where you're persistent and you really want to keep going, and then kind of like Shamanok. I hate to compare this to Shamanok. People are going to yell at me for this now, but I was doing Shamanok. I was forcing myself to get through Shamanok just to get to the end. And at certain points in this quest, I kind of felt like I was forcing myself to get through to the end. At just like level 5, not level 5, level 6, level 7, level 8, I felt like I was forcing myself through it just to finish the game, rather than persisting and enjoying it along the way. So, yes, I give this quest a 3 out of 5. Now, 3 is actually a good thing. 3 is considered good. It's a pretty good quest. I recommend people play it. I definitely can say it was enjoyable, most part. But with all those flaws, I can't really give it any higher than the 3. If it was updated and some of the things I addressed were changed, I could honestly say I would probably give this a 4 then. But for right now, I'm going to have to stick with a 3. And that's my final rating. And wow, time flies when I'm doing reviews because I didn't expect this to go into 12 minutes. So that's my review. I will post this on PureZC in a little bit. And actually, if you're watching this on PureZC now, obviously it's already posted. But besides that point, that's it for today. And I'll be back next time for another review.